Greetings, Internet. Welcome to episode 2, Why in the Truck, featuring me, Mr. Alex Martinez. Today's date is August 9th, 2012, and what a week it has been for me. A couple things have happened this week. As I've mentioned last episode, I found out that I had. Let me just fix that camera right there. There we go. That's sexy enough. All right. Anyways, as I discussed last episode, I found a Technica 3 cabinet by my house. Since I've found this cabinet, I've also found they have DJ Max Platinum Crew cards, which is kind of like a membership to the DJ Max Technica club. Basically what it does is that it tracks your scores, and it also, for every song that you play, you get a certain amount of points. But these points, what you can do is you can spend it on buying more music, so you can use it in other stages, note skins, avatar, DJ title plates, different things. It's an online store, and you don't use any actual money. You can't actually. There's no way for you to convert money into points for the shop. You have to play the game. So the more you play, the more points you get, the more stuff you unlock. I like that system. It makes you feel like they're going above and beyond just a regular old, come to your arcade, plunk money in the machine, have a nice day. If you fail, you fail. If you win, you win. But nobody gives a shit in the long run. I feel like this is actually giving me a purpose to actually going out and playing the game on like a weekly basis, just to see how my scores are getting. And I also think it's a smart ass friggin' marketing tool for making me go play more Technica and spending more money in the arcade. But thanks, Pentavision, for stealing my wallet. I hope that they have this feature available to you in Technica Tune, which comes out in late September in Korea for the Vita. It'll be out later on this year, hopefully in the US and Japan. There's no international release date yet. We do know it's coming internationally for sure. It's not staying a Korean thing like they did for the first couple DJ Max games. We know that for sure it's going to be released internationally. We just don't know when. It's a matter of time sensitivity. So let's see when that happens. That's a game I'm really looking forward to. I'm really going, pretty quick into the whole whatchamacallit, video game segment. My phone is bugging out if you hear that sound. I actually recently, I like to keep my phone in a theme. Whenever I hear a game come out or something happens to me in my life. My theme before this was Persona 4, so I had my background to be Persona 4, and my ringtone was Persona 4, everything was Persona 4. Now, my phone is Earthbound themed in celebration of the fact that my Earthbound cart actually decided that its battery is dead. So my save files that I spent countless hours on is gone, which made me cry a little bit. But I'm not gonna lie, those were a good couple hundred hours. Not a couple hundred, but I mean 100 and some hours of my life that I spent playing through that game, a couple times, and getting the Sword of Kings, and the Sword of Kings. What a story that is. But moving on from that, yeah, so right now my ringtone for my phone when somebody calls me is the 8 Melodies theme, that. And then my text tone is the little chime that you get whenever you encounter an enemy, like when there's like a swirl on the screen. But yeah, moving on. Okay, so I got a couple topics today. Not really so much questions that people have sent, more like topics I really want to talk about off the top of my head. And I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be pretty fanboy based. In the end, what am I but a fanboy? First and foremost, the first thing I want to announce, like I said, it is August 9th, so this news is going to be a couple days late. I don't know when I'm going to be posting this video. I think I'll maybe post it within the next couple days. when I have a chance. Just to let you guys know, my editing bay is still not functioning properly. I'm still trying to, work out the kinks. As soon as that's worked out, I'm gonna be up and running editing wise, and you'll see a nice KNT title screen, and something happens, and I have 2 parts, 2 videos. I'll be able to put them together and all that jazz. But that's I'll have to do that with time. I'm gonna have to edit that. I am an editor by trade, in case nobody knows. I'm actually going to school for film and TV production. Yeah, I'm getting my master's degree, and hopefully I'll be done in the next couple of years. If not the next year and a half. I really hate school. I'm a whiz, not a wizard, but I was a whiz kid ever since I was little. I've done decently in school. I'm really smart, but the thing is I'm really lazy. That's my vice. So even though I know how to do everything, I just don't like doing work. Hate it. I think it's so boring to do schoolwork. I really do. But moving on, I digress. Going into my topics for today, first and foremost, this Sunday, this last weekend in Japan was Blaze Fest, Blue Fest. I don't know. It's a BlazBlue festival. Arc System Works. Anyways, I guess it was some sort of tournament going on and all that jazz. There's a lot of tournaments. And the good news was that at the end of the tournament on Sunday, August, I think it was 5th, going 4 days back, 5th, they announced the new BlazBlue. It'll be called BlazBlue Chrono Phantasma. And when I tell that name to a couple of my friends, they seem to laugh at me, saying that is the stupidest name in the world. Why the hell would they call it that? It makes no sense. It is dumb. That's not gonna be the finished name. In which case, I say to them, bollocks. That is the finished name. Not because they announced the name already, but I mean it makes sense. Think about it. Chrono Phantasma, Chrono time, Phantasma ghost of time. BlazBlue's storyline is all set between branching paths and branching timelines and different continuum shifts. And I'm not going to use Calamity Trigger in there anywhere else. That'd just be stupid. But in all seriousness, it's all time based and all that jazz. But outside of the name, looking at the footage, they added 3 new characters. Ayame, I don't know its last name. I say it because I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. The voice sounds like a boy, but it's dressed like a girl. I don't know. It seems to use a kimono that has arms to it. Kind of think Mila Rage from Guilty Gear, how she used her hair. This guy, this thing is using its clothes. It looks whatever to use. Then there's Bullet, which is a new girl that she seems to have a big drill gauntlet on her arm. I want to use her really bad because she from what I've seen in the videos, she plays kind of like Makoto, and I really like Makoto. Makoto is actually my second main character that I use in BlazBlue. And then the last guy, I think it's Azrael or something like that, Arzel or something like that. He's a really big, bulky guy, and he uses earth attacks. You see him going to the ground, dig out pillars to attack people with. That's really cool. I'm really glad they're adding 3 new characters as opposed to last time we added 2 new characters, and both of them were story relevant anyway. So whatever. These 3 characters, we've never seen them anywhere in the BlazBlue story. They're brand new. I hope they go somewhere with these guys. They look really interesting. I can't wait to use them. Ayame, the kimono thing person. I don't know. Seeing from gameplay videos, he's gonna be a technical character. It looks like. And I'm not that big into technical characters when it comes to BlazBlue. Technical characters meaning guys who aren't straight up fighters. People in BlazBlue, Arakune, Rachel, Mu 12, Lambda 11, you know, those kind of characters, I don't care to use them. They're not my bag. I'm a speed character user. I like Noelle. I like whatchamacallit, Makoto. I like Tsubaki. I like Tao. And I like Lychee a little bit, even though Lychee kind of lingers on the technical side, but she's kind of a mixture of both, which is what I like her a lot. In thinking of it, for guys who don't play BlazBlue out there, let's say for like Street Fighter, a technical character would be somebody like, you know, Makoto in that Street Fighter, in the Street Fighter lore. Makoto, Ibuki, Vega, you know, those kinds of characters are technical characters. I like speed characters. In Street Fighter I use Sakura. You know, I like quick, nimble. You know, I can hit you a lot. I don't really do that much damage for each hit, but my combos are nice and long. I like those kind of characters. So for me, Ayame looks like a technical character. I don't care for those kind of characters. That's why I want to use Bullet. Bullet, I mean, this is kind of why I gravitated towards girl characters, not so much because, you know, I like the skimpy outfits, which they look nice, but I don't care as much. The reason I like using girl characters, majority speaking, is because they're usually nimble, they're usually fast, and they usually don't hit hard. They hit, you know, they do multiple hits, and I like them. So that's why I'm interested in using Bullet, because she looks like she's going to be very, very quick. Aside from Bullet, there's also the new guy, Arazel. I think that's how you say his name. I don't remember off the top of my head, and I can't check my phone because I'm recording with it. But yeah, I think it's Arazel. He's an obvious power character. He's very slow, but he hits hard. He's the Taker or the Zangief of the new guys. Maybe I'll use him because I do use Taker sometimes. Like if I get really like whatchamacallit, like courageous. Be courageous. If I think it's be courageous, David, or something like that. If you guys care where that joke's from, brownie points to you. I give you 7 internets. Anyways, yeah, you know, the new guy seems like a pocket. I really want to use Bullet, and also the one thing I do like is that they're adding combos to the existing characters, so all the characters are getting new moves. And I also like what they did with Noelle. Now, what they did with Noelle, which is, of course, Noelle is my favorite character in all of BlazBlue. Ever since the first day I ever laid my hands on an Xbox controller to play BlazBlue, I've been using Noelle. I love Noelle. If people say she's a scrub character, she's really easy to use, and you know, only scrubs use Noelle, real guys use Arakune or New or whatever. Fuck you guys. I like Noelle. Okay, I like Noelle. She's quick. I don't gotta worry about technical bullshit. I don't gotta worry about spacing, none of that crap. Hate that shit. Oh my god. I hate when people are like, oh, you use, you know, a beginner character because you don't know spacing. And it's like, I don't fucking need to know spacing. I'll fucking rush up to you and freaking smack you around like you're, you know, like a bitch. Come on. Because you fucking deserve it. I know, man. I'm not one of those guys that's all about that. I love Noelle. Noelle's my girl. So there's that. And they changed her look entirely. Like, before she was, you know, a hooker policewoman type thing. You know, she had a really short skirt and, you know, stockings, and her hair was all put up into like a beret, and whatever, dude. She looked okay. She didn't look bad. Especially when my character, my palette swap, I like putting like a light blue color on her with red hair. She looks really nice. But now they're giving her a whole new look, and I like it a lot. Her hair is down the whole time. She looks really cute. I think that's really cool. I like that they changed that. But she's not the only one that's getting changed. There's a couple other people like whatchamacallit, not Lychee. Tsubaki is getting a costume shot. I think Ragna is getting a little different too. But whatever. Moving on. That's BlazBlue news. Right now, the only thing we know is that's coming out winter of 2012 in arcades. Which, if we follow the schedule of release, like how they did with Konami Trigger and Continuum Shift, it'll be out this summer here in the States on the home consoles. So I'm way looking forward to that. Speaking of fighting games and Arc System Works, this is going to be a heavy Arc System Works episode. This week, this last Tuesday, I picked up day one Persona 4 Arena, and my God, this game is like, if it wasn't for BlazBlue, I think this would literally be my favorite fighting game ever. Just to give you guys a little a little history lesson. I love RPGs a lot. RPGs were like, there was a time span in my life between the ages of like 12 and like 15. No, not even 15. Like 17, where I would play nothing but RPGs. I had, like, whether it was an action RPG or an actual like heavy RPG like Final Fantasy, I played basically nothing but RPGs. I rarely played any other kind of game. I was always really into RPGs, and Persona 4 was one of my favorite RPGs of all time. I got into the Persona game pretty late, I'll admit that, but still one of my favorite RPGs of all time, if not my favorite RPG of all time. And the fact they got together with BlazBlue, BlazBlue creators Arc System Works, which is my favorite fighting game of all time. BlazBlue is definitely my favorite fighting game ever created. I was too hyped. I let alone, I was just already too hyped. So the hype train going on this game was like skyrocketing. I cannot honestly be any more hyped for this game. So I pick up this game and I get home and I start learning the basic. Every time I pick up a new fighting game, I always go through the lesson mode first. Even if I already know the basic button schemes and how combos work, I always go through lesson mode for two reasons. One, especially with Arc System Works, they always add new systems into their fighting games. So like the BlazBlues, it was all new systems. It was nothing like Street Fighter. In Persona 4 Arena, there's the all-out attacks, the all-out rushes, the Persona cards up top. I had to go through lesson mode. That's reason one. But reason two, I wanted the trophy. There's usually Arc System Works usually has it, so if you complete training mode completely, you get a trophy for it, and it's free money. So that's why I did it. But I haven't had a chance. This isn't going to be a review, more of a first impressions video. Not video, but a first impressions type of thing for me. I'll give you guys a full review in a later episode of Wine the Truck. I just find it easier for me to talk to you guys to actually review it than it is to type it down. Even though I'm a writer, but I don't know, I find it easier. I like conversing myself. But from a first impression standpoint, this game is like, it's blowing my mind. I already found my person. I'm gonna be using Naoto, of course. I have to use her. I mean, she's long range, and for me, even though I don't usually like spacing, she's so interesting to aim with. And that's the thing about this game. Every character is interesting. It has, the Arc System Works type of thing where no character is the same, and they're not. I mean, even there's two versions of one character named Labris, which she's kind of like, she's not really a new character, but she's not a character that was in any of the games. She was from the manga. There's a regular version of her and a shadow version of her, and you would think, what's the difference? Well, they would just be a palette swap, right? Wrong. Completely different characters. The thing about the game, about this fighting game, is that every character essentially has two fighters with them, which is the regular person and then the persona. The persona itself kind of acts like a temporary character. It's kind of like, for BlazBlue guys out there, it's kind of like Relius and Ignis, where Relius is the main character, but Ignis comes out every now and then, and she's kind of on her own little timer type of thing. But that's basically how it is. I really like this fighting system. I think it is super awesome. It's fast-paced. I know a lot of guys out there that they're like saying, oh, I don't like the fast-paced thing. I'm more of a Street Fighter kind of guy. I like the slow. I don't like, if you're into fast-paced fighters, like more like along the lines of King of Fighters, BlazBlue, Guilty Gear, those kind of games, this is right up your alley. Like, this game, you cannot go wrong with this game. This game is just, it's gold. It's solid gold. I honestly, it's the kind of fighting game that's really easy to pick up and play for newbies. All you really have to do, like, I mean, there's two buttons for character attacks and then two buttons for persona attacks. And usually the persona attacks are stronger, character attacks are a little weaker but faster. But there's actually an auto combo button, basically, where if you keep mashing the light attack button for the character, they'll go into like a combo, and if you have enough SP, which is like your heat, your EX meter at the bottom, you'll actually do a super move. And with that super move, yeah, I mean, like, it's just a combo. The combo, it unleashes a combo really quickly. Now, I know a lot of people that they were like, this is gonna break the fighting game. It's gonna make it too easy for newbies. Oh my god, it's so simple to put off a combo. But actually, what I've noticed is that if you actually do the combo yourself, like if you actually go out at your time and do the actual directional inputs for all like the specials that are in that same combo, you'll actually do more damage than you would if you did the auto combo. So it balances out, kind of, sort of. But it is a very, from what I've been playing so far, it is a very beginner heavy RPG. It's not the kind of RPG where it's like, oh, I mean, not RPG, excuse me, fighter, where it's like, oh, I gotta learn a bunch of moves, I gotta do a bunch of stuff. I'm not gonna be able to get into this because it's so centralized, and if you're not into the series, there's a lot of room to catch up, and blah blah blah. There's not a lot of that. It's very beginner friendly. That's why I haven't seen Leash yet, but I actually want to talk to him about seeing if I can get him into this game, because I mean, it seemed like he likes Skullgirls, and it really had a really good lesson mode too. I think he would really like this game. Maybe get him into some fighters. But yeah, I mean, this is like it really is. It doesn't handhold you like to teach you everything that you have to do when it comes to the mechanics of the game, but it teaches you just enough where you'll be comfortable. You'll be comfy with where you're going with it. Let me just turn on the air in my car real quick. I'm parked. I'm actually getting some coffee. I'm gonna get some coffee now from Starbucks before I go to my friend's house. My friend Brian, actually. But moving, anyways. Well, about Persona 4. It's very beginner friendly. There's a lot of systems in place to help beginners get to where they're not beginners anymore. Like, you could go from beginner to intermediate in this game without any prior fighting experience or Arc System Works fighting experience very quickly. I like that. I can see the negatives and the positives to it. I mean, there's way more positives than negatives. The negative being that, I kind of see where, like, the experts, the pros, they're going to be like, oh, it's too easy to get into this game isn't professional enough, blah, blah, blah. But I know guys like that. I know fighting fans that they're very protective of their series, and, if it's, like, the kind of thing where, like, oh, here, let me show you every little system, and let me kind of hold your hand and show you everything. They get really pissy about it. Like, they don't like those kind of fighters. Which is why, I have a lot of friends that are like, oh, King of the Fighters is the best thing, blah, 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 best fighting game ever. And it's like, no, I mean, I like King of Fighters a lot. I like King of Fighters 13, but I do feel it's a little unrelenting when it comes to, beginners. I remember the first time I ever played a King of Fighters game, it was really hard to get into it because there was absolutely nothing there to show you how to play the game and what mechanics there were. I really did not get into fighting games until I played Street Fighter Alpha 3. That was actually like the first fighting game I really got into. And then it wasn't until I played Garo Mark of the Wolves, it's an SNK game, that I really that solidified my fighting stances. But yeah, I think from what I've been playing of this game, I haven't had a chance to play too much. Believe it or not, as I've been laying in bed the last couple days, I've been playing a lot of Persona 3 Portable. Main reason being I want to get ready for Persona 4, and I know that if I'm still playing Persona 3 Portable again by the time Persona 4 Golden comes out, I'm not gonna be able to finish it, and I'm gonna be pissed with myself because I really do like Persona 3 Portable. It's actually my favorite version of Persona 3, and that's saying a lot. But yeah, actually, believe it or not, guys, that's gonna be it. Oh wait, but before I go, the one thing I want to say is, hell yeah, pick up Persona 4 even if you're not into Persona, and you just have, a kind of glancing fancy, to see what the RPG could be like, or, if you like any kind of fighter. I reckon, from what I've been playing so far, I've been playing this game, for a good solid 10 hours now, since I picked it up. Not 10, okay, no, that's exaggerating, more like 5 hours. But, pick it up, guys. I mean, really, I honestly, at this point, I cannot suggest getting this game enough. I really do suggest getting it. Pick it up, dude. Like, really. And if you can find it, the first print run of the series, that's a preview for next episode. But yeah, because I didn't get to talk about it today. But anyways, if you can pick up the one of the early print runs of the game, you'll actually be able to get, like what I got. I pre-ordered it, so I got a bonus CD with like 6 songs on it, which isn't much, you know, especially when you compare it to when you got Persona 4, you got like a CD with like 25, 27 songs on it. But it's a CD with six songs on it. The songs are really good. Like, you could tell, like, even though it's not Shoji Meguro, which is the regular composer for Persona 4, or for the Persona games, that the composers for the music in this game, they went all out. But yeah, those are my impressions on Persona 4. I'll definitely be giving you guys a better review, a better analysis next week, next episode when I've actually played it a little more. But yeah, I recommend this game for everybody. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say everybody. If you really don't like fighters, of course, this isn't gonna change your mind about them. But I mean, if you have a passing glance, like, you know, I want to get into fighters, but I don't know how I should get into fighters, I would say don't go for Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Go for this. You'll get a better experience out of Persona 4 Arena than you will Marvel vs. Capcom 3, or Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Whatever. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of Wine the Truck. I gotta go get some coffee. Click the like button down below. I think it's this way. I don't really know anymore, truth be told. I think it's this one here. Subscribe to me up here, please. Also, for the love of God, please leave me comments and some questions. I know that sounds really beggy, but I like hearing from you guys. You know, I like hearing things that you want me to talk about. It helps me. You know, I like it. I like fan interaction. Well, you don't have to be a fan. I mean, watcher interaction. You know, I really do appreciate that. But thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. You know, all that good shit. Please send me emails at info@wildpodcast appears with Wine the Truck in the subject line for, you know, if you have any questions for me. And take care. I'll see you guys next time.